Hello, once again. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing a Course in Miracles lesson, and we are on lesson 277 today. The lesson states, "Let me not bind your son with laws I made." This one starts with the prayer. Your son is free, my Father. Let me not imagine I have bound him with the laws I made to rule the body. He is not subject to any laws I made by which I try to make the body more secure. He is not changed by what is changeable. He is not slave to any laws of time. He is as you created him, because he knows no law except the law of love. And we say amen. Let us not worship idols, nor believe in any law idolatry would make to hide the freedom of the Son of God. He is not bound except by his beliefs. Yet what he is far beyond his faith in slavery or freedom. He is free because he is his Father's son, and he cannot be bound unless God's truth can lie, and God can will that he deceive himself. That is the end of lesson 277. Let me not bind your son with laws I made. The truth of what we are will always be the truth of what we are. And whether we are playing parts in a movie and we are playing the evil villain, that does not define who we are. That may be a rule for the body, it may be a rule for the part that they are playing. But the truth of who they are is still the kind and loving soul. The plants and trees, an oak tree or an apple tree, is only going to be an oak or an apple tree, even if we want them to give us something other than what they are. If we want to get a different fruit from the apple tree, if we want to get other leaves from the oak tree, we cannot do that. We can believe that it will happen, but it will not change the truth of who we are. And so this is a day about letting go of our illusions, all of our fears, all of the stuff that we have made up in this world, all of the rules about if you love me, you will. If you are loving for me, if you are the right one, if I am good enough, something will happen. It's time to drop the conditional nature of life and realize that all we are is love. When you are thinking along the lines of conditions, you are going to feel hemmed in, you're going to feel constricted, you're going to feel imprisoned. When you accept the truth of who you are, you're going to know your limitlessness, and you are going to feel liberated and free and at peace. That is what this lesson can provide for us. It is not going to change anything, but it's going to help us to recognize the changeless nature of who we really are. Let's see what Tina Spalding's channelings tell us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. Many of your problems come from trying to imprison your families, friends, lovers, partners, and spouses. You feel you know the rules by which others should behave, and you project them onto them, saying that you know what is best for them. You ignore the fact that they have their own guidance systems, and they may be getting told to do something that is quite counter to what you are being told to do. When honoring people in your relationships, partners, spouses, children, friends, and family, you must, if you want to remain at peace, give them the freedom to do and be as they choose. They will learn their lessons and have their experiences. And if those lessons and experiences are harsh and cause them suffering, they may learn to do something different. You cannot impose what you know onto others. Now, as parents, this can be very, very challenging. It is a very, very challenging lesson for you to believe, but give your children as much freedom as you possibly can. Allow them to listen to their guidance, and do not try to impose on them the prison bars within which you reside. Think about this. If you are not perfectly happy and content, and you are struggling with things that aren't working out for you, then it is clear that you do not have a handle on how to create a perfect life. What makes you think you should be telling people how to create their lives? In fact, you are telling them how to miscreate their lives. You should be telling how to miscreate their lives because you're expecting them to copy you. Stay in your own lane, at your own practice. Make part of that practice giving as much freedom to others as possible, witnessing your desire to control them and stepping back from it, witnessing your desire to criticize and stepping back from it, and witnessing your fear for their future and their safety, and refraining from indulging in fearful future fantasies. This is not loving. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. What a great line. Refrain from indulging in fearful future fantasies. That is not a loving thing to do. When we send our children off and we worry about them getting in car accidents or hanging out with the wrong crowds, or we worry about someone not eating right, or we worry about them not taking the proper steps, we are not actually being loving. We are injecting fear into their energetic system, into their mold, if you will. If you want what is best for your children, for your loved ones, envision them feeling and acting in accordance with their highest selves. See them shining their light in their world. See them being successful in all that they attempt to do. That is giving them the strength. That is seeing their truth. We cannot create something loving from a fearful place. Let us not bind our son with the laws I made. The laws that we make sometimes are teenagers go out and get in car accidents or get drunk. The laws we make are if you don't drink milk, you're going to get brittle bones. And then we are fearful for anyone who opts out of drinking milk. Allow others the freedom to choose. Allow others to do what feels and resonates as appropriate for themselves. And do the same for yourself. Be loving and know that we are all walking the same path and we are all walking from a slightly different vantage point. But that's what makes wholeness. All of the bits and pieces of who we are make up our wholeness. Honor that in everyone. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.